happy Wednesday. Welcome to April. New month, new you. Hopefully, you're jumping into April with some big goals and big plans. I know we are. In fact, some of you have probably heard us in the last couple of weeks talk about the new challenge. We're calling it Up Level 21, and the whole goal is to make it easier for anyone to improve their health with the tracking and the gamification of simple, practical daily habits. We all know the power of habits. We talk endlessly about them here on this call, and but it's easy to talk about, and it's not always so easy to implement, right? To form a new habit, to create a new pattern. And so we partnered with a group of powerful leaders to make short videos, to make daily actions, and to put things into an app so that anyone can really start living the life that they want and creating really small improvements that make a huge difference over time. So that's how this challenge was born. We did a beta group in March. We had about 130 people go through, and it was so fun to watch, to read all the comments, to see all the posts, and to just hear about how those small and simple habits compound into big results. So Chelsea has been one of the key players. She's been a coach for over a decade, and she's helped hundreds of people with their health. And so she's been a key player in organizing this challenge, pulling it all together, and helping us create momentum with the challenge. So Chelsea, you were telling me some of the results that you saw just by making one small change in your health, because you're already super healthy, super fit. But tell us about what you saw happen during March's challenge.
So I was actually really surprised. One of the things that I really have been trying to focus on in the last few months is sleep. And our daily habits throughout the challenge are your water intake, moving your body 30 minutes a day, taking your AM and PM supplements, gratitude daily, up-leveling your nutrition. Cold therapy might be some new to some people. But we've all heard the benefits of sleep, and especially with the Serenity line coming out, we're seeing the studies and what it's proving. And so I actually was recently diagnosed with Hashimoto's, and part of my protocol in, having that diagnosis has really been to make rest a priority. And so I was very diligent. I think, honestly, out of the 21 days that we did the challenge, I missed one, maybe 2 nights of the full 7 hours, but it was like 6.5. It was really close. And what I've watched over the last few months, probably 6 months ago when I started tracking my blood glucose in the morning, it was in the low 90s. And when I was about 5-6 days into the 21-day challenge, I was finally in the 70s, and I maintained the 70s when I woke up throughout the rest of the challenge. So that to me told me that my body was so grateful for me being consistent and diligent and making sleep a priority.
That's so cool. And the fact that you're tracking that. So you have a continuous glucose monitor, right?
So I actually just do the finger prick every morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'm doing. Yeah.
I would call that extra committed. That's impressive. That's so cool. So one of the things that I love about Chelsea's story is like she didn't change anything else. She was already super healthy, but by implementing these habits, she saw immediate results. So that's what we're seeing across the board too. The part of the reason we created this challenge was not just to make it easier to for everyday people to improve their health. We also want to make it easier for anyone who's building a doTERRA business. The way this program is designed, it specifically helps attract new customers. increase usage for existing customers, and reactivate old customers. So the way we're doing that is, in fact, maybe I'll just show the website and share my screen. So if you go to uplevel21.com, you can see that there are two ways to participate. So first of all, you can join as a leader, and you would pay $40, which contributes to the cash prizes. And that allows you and 4 team members to compete as a team. Now, the cool thing about that is we all know the power of positive social pressure, right? Like when there are other people who are cheering for us and counting on us, then it has a major impact on our behavior. So that's one way you can participate. If you don't have a team, or you don't have a cross line that you want to run with, that's fine too. You can just pay the $10 and jump in, and then you'll be randomly assigned to a team. So those are the two ways to jump in and participate. But we are giving prizes, $1,500 to the top team over the whole 21 days, and then $250 will go to an individual winner each week. So that's the cool thing about this challenge is it's great for your health, but it's also great for your business. It's a model that a lot of companies are using. We're seeing huge breakthroughs for any teams that have been engaging with this. In fact, Chelsea was telling me the story yesterday of one of her business partners who's was able to re-engage a customer who had only bought like Deep Blue in the past year, just one purchase, and now they're buying the supplements, they're using them every day, and seeing massive results. So really excited about what's happening. We already have 150 people registered for April's challenge, and it's not too late for you to join too. So you can come in. If you're going to join as a 5-member team, I would recommend that you have those 5 people selected already, because the cutoff is noon today. And so it gets, it's just tricky if you don't have the 5 people already organized. It's hard for us to connect you all together. So, or you can join as an individual with that bottom link there. So come join us, come up level your life, your health, and up level your doTERRA team. It's a fantastic way to just put into practice what we already do. We already use the products, we already share them, and teach others how to do the same. And this is a simple tool to help you do what you're already doing so well. So it's going to be a party. It's lots of fun. Good morning, Tiff. How are you doing?
Hi, I love this. I want to join.
Great.
I want to be on Chelsea's team though, because she'll kick
I
my
know.
butt big time. So can I make a request for that? And Chelsea, by the way, what your response just went to hosts and panelists, which is fine because you were promoted into that. But Jeannie was asking, how do you track things on this? And she says it's done through an app.
Yeah,
Right. So that's how you're doing that. I seriously, though, you guys, why I'm such a fan of this. One is it's just a positive choice, right? Like it's going to help you progress regardless. But you get your teams involved, you get your friends involved. Can people join that aren't doTERRA wellness
yes.
advocates? So smart. So see, you
That's
put
part
them
of
in
the
that
design.
cyclone, like in that community of like, ooh, get inspired, get jazzed. You're talking about the products, you're talking about your health, wellness, but frequency. Every one of you who does this, I'd be so confident to say, if you do this and do the challenge, not just sign up for it, right? Like do the prioritizing the sleep, the hydration, the supplementation, the oils, the movement. If you're doing this, then the potency of that for you, literally, I'm confident will make you more magnetic.
Absolutely.
Because your energy is everything. You've heard us say this a million times. But actually seeing those deposits, then people are going to be more magnetically drawn to you of what is it that you've got. So I think this is an amazing opportunity. And I'd even, if I were some of you, pay for, of course, some of your people, team members, or people that want to check it out because of again, people might be on your list that you've been nourishing. That's a great opportunity for them.
Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of people are using it as that prospecting tool because it's such an easy way to say, hey, I'm recommitting to my health and to my daily habits. Who's with me? You know, who wants to join in and just do a short 3 week push to get better, like to do better. So it's really exciting. Um, I'm super excited about what I've seen already and what's to come. So
Mm-hmm. I love that.
so
There's a
Becky's
question
asking,
and yeah.
so Becky's asking what are the specifics for each of the challenge topics. Um, so really we just cover we kind of go deep on each of the daily habits. So, you know, the importance of water, the importance of good sleep, the importance of nutrition, the power of supplementation. Um, it's it's really the basics. And then some of the days we do a little bit deeper dive. You know, like on Sunday, we might go into gratitude, or we might talk about cold therapy and the power of cold plunge or just cold shower. So yeah, that's a quick overview of some of the topics, but um, it's very, you know, it's doTERRA focused. So it is it's only doTERRA products that we're promoting. And it's focused primarily on the supplements. So Lifelong Vitality, Terrazyme, etc., and MetaPower. There is a big section on metabolic health. And so you'll see MetaPower is one of the core products that's promoted. So Becky, you can go to up level 21 and you can scroll down to the bottom and you'll see what the daily habits are for what they'll be getting points for. So, Jeannie, if you click on one of those two buttons in the middle of the page, then you can actually join. You don't have to join the wait list. You can go ahead and get registered.
Ooh, and I love some urgency. Chelsea's saying there's
Mhm.
space to purchase a single challenge or a 5-pack until 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time today.
Yep.
That's like 3 hours from now. After that, you'll have to wait
Mhm.
until May. Do not sleep on this.
Yeah. Don't hit the snooze button on this one.
No, no. Let's get involved. Whether you sign yourself up or you sign up a whole team, right? And maybe if you're like, but I want to get all these people involved, great. Get that stirred up now, and
Yeah.
or for sure you join, get the people who are ready now, and then make plans for May as well.
Yeah.
It's a great
And
season for this.
Gail asked a good question. She says, so if I pay the $40, then my people don't have to pay the $10, right? And that's correct. So there's a savings there if you do the team option, because that's where we really want to push people to engage. But then if you do it that way, then right, your 4 people don't have to pay the $10. So great question. Super excited.
Yes,
A
this
lot
is
of fun.
so good.
Love it, love it.
Love it. Haley B says she's so excited to participate. Hi, girl. So good to see you here. She says challenges are golden!
Yeah.
Exclamation point. I was coaching someone yesterday who's a doTERRA diamond and saying something very similar is how you help, create challenges within your team with your prospective clients, whether you do 7 day or I love this is even better, 21 days, but creating that intentionality is a
Mhm.
great way. Whenever you build, think about this, like all of my clients, no matter what business they're in, some are like, I have a client right now who's a top real estate agent, one who owns several different massage salons, this doTERRA diamond yesterday. I mean, just like all these different, whatever industry you're in, the theme we're all working on is how are you growing and nourishing community? Because community creates connection and connection creates clients or cash, right? It creates your opportunity. And so you always, when we think about being a community builder, and that's what's so brilliant about this challenge, is people are going to benefit. Whether
Mhm.
they play a little in this and they do a little of it or they do it full out, they're going to see a positive improvement in their life. So will you, of course, because you're part of that. And then the power of, gosh, I'm part of a community and my, connections, their odds of converting to sales or purchasing from you go up significantly. And so I just love you've created such an easy way where others can just plug into what you've created. They don't have to figure it out or reinvent the wheel. That's so, so kind of you guys to have done that. So you guys get connected to this and do this because you're going to feel better. Bonus win. There we go. The people you invite are going to feel better, and you're going to be nourishing community, which nourishes your business every single time.
A to the man.
Ding. I'm serious. So I'm going to sign up myself. Do I get to be on Chelsea's team? Does that, or your team, Andy?
So Chelsea is a highly sought after coach
I know.
for obvious reasons. So I can't make any promises. She's been helping so much on the back end that I don't know if she's going to personally
Okay. Fair.
coaching her own pack of 5 people. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can also send you my Aura Ring brags and too. It's just like for accountability.
There's going to be
Andy-
this application process to join Chelsea's team.
Okay. Andy and I both wear an Aura Ring, right? And so when I saw him a few weeks ago, and it was like, he's like, yeah, here's where my numbers are. And I was like, well, not to Aura brag, but I will. Here's mine.
She totally kicked my trash, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Although this last few days, not as great. And again, prioritizing that sleep, right? And what helps you sleep well and all of those good things. But yesterday we had great, I had great, 2 walks because it was sunny here in Utah.
Oh,
And it's going to be
so
today.
grateful.
So I was like, I went on 2 walks in the day. I did a 30-minute sweat session on the bike. Like my activity score was awesome. So anyway.
Hey, something really cool about this. So the way we're doing the Up Level 21 challenge in April is different than how we did it in March. We upgraded to a new technology, and the app that we're using actually integrates with Aura. So you can, it's like, yeah, so who knows, maybe.
What? Really?
Yeah, so there's like 50 or 60 different apps that integrate with our app. So it's
I wonder if we could connect like your health app, right? Like health app
for
off
sure.
Apple, or your Peloton app or something, or whatever if you're tracking your steps.
Yeah, tons of these integrations are already built
juicy.
in. I know.
Take my credit card, please.
I'm so excited about all the possibilities. We've got a lot of interest. We do have a lot of people. The biggest request we've been getting is, can we just have a straight up weight loss challenge? Like, can we just do, before and afters and focus on MetaPower? And so that's already in the works, but we don't have it quite ready yet. So super excited about what we can create together.
You guys, I love this. I just invite all of you to think about what's one thing, if you ask your own body intuitively, what are you needing more of in this season? What is that for you? As you ask, I want all of you to just drop in for just a moment and tune into that and thinking about, because I know for me, what I'm after is strength, right? And so strength, and I focus on, tell me what you think about this thought. And I wonder, Chelsea, where you weigh in on this. Chelsea, are you still a panelist? Can you speak up by chance? Okay, good. Because you're freaking ripped, girl, like in the best way. And I'm focusing more on protein and movement and lifting. Is like I've switched my mindset from like loss, although you naturally can lose weight, of course, to what do I want to focus on gaining? And I want to gain strength. I want to gain more muscle. I want to gain more energy. But that's just me, the mindset coach, who's going to say, because I just don't love necessarily the word weight loss, because subconsciously your brain does not like loss. But I get what we're saying is, I do want to lose weight, but what you want to move towards, like, I want to be healthier. I want to be stronger. I want my muscle, in some cases. So Chelsea, anything you want to weigh in on that?
Yeah, with my clients, a lot of times I actually use the term release, because what we find is that extra layer is just a protection, right? And typically we build that protection over time. And sometimes it can be through unhealthy habits and unhealthy thoughts that are leading us to that unhealthy pattern that gets us to have that extra layer, right? And so as I watch my clients, it truly is a release. It's not just a change in the scale, but they physically feel lighter. They feel happier. And so when you're talking about, even when somebody says, I want to get lean, what they're saying is they just want to reduce that extra layer to expose the shape underneath, which is that muscle. And so, yes, at 30 years old, we actually start to atrophy. And so if you're not supplementing your body enough with protein, you're actually going to start to lose that muscle. And our body's smart. It knows that muscle gives us better fuel than fat. And so it's actually going to start to use the muscle as energy versus the fat. And so you're right on track, Tiff. Just focusing, making that shift to strength training and to higher protein, you're going to see results a lot faster.
So true. And it's so interesting. The shift that's been transpiring is because for so long we were taught, you know, low protein and be a cardio bunny, right? Like cardio, cardio, cardio. And while I like some cardio now, it's more of like strength training and being stronger is the intention. I would tell all of you, whether you're going to do a team or not, for sure to sign yourself up. Because even if you're thinking like Layla seeing your comment, because, you know, it's like getting people gathered and let's do this in May, I would still personally at least sign up. So you learn the process, the apps, the systems. Then maybe May is the bigger month that you gather a lot of team. But I would say not one of you listening to this, it's only $10, right? Like get yourself in it, even if you don't do it perfectly and you don't win all the points. Because see, some of you, you're recovering perfectionist who's really still running the ship, just showed up big time to drive the bus, was like, oh, well, if I can't do it perfect, I'm not doing it. No, put yourself in thriving communities that will help you progress. And then, yes, I am totally on board with perhaps more of you join or get more and more people for May, but every one of you, absolutely, you better sign yourselves up. Yeah, Cass says recovering, LOL. Some of you are like, no, I'm actively waving that flag loud and proud. Yes.
So good.
This is so exciting. I'm so glad you guys are hosting this.
I know it's been a huge group effort. We've had Matt Hall, Matt and Shantae have been in some of the videos, Seth Risenmay, Kirsten Kirschbaum. We've had Jenica Miller, Amy Fulmer, and then Mike Huntsman. I think that's everyone. Is that right, Chelsea? Just a powerful team of leaders come together and say, we want this, we're doing this. I think I mentioned Seth Risenmay. So yeah, it's going to be great content and delivered in a really simple format that that we can track and measure and run with. So
yeah, I love it. So good, you guys. I'm excited to see you guys there. I'm going to participate.
okay, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Chelsea, for jumping on with us and for all of your hard work. Chelsea has put in, if Chelsea has lost any sleep over the last month, it's because of this challenge. So
yes. Can we get the link in the chat box once more?
Yep,
Can we verbally
sure.
say it too, just so as people are hearing
Yep.
this?
Uplevel21.com. So the idea is you can uplevel your life, your health in 21 days. So uplevel21.com.
And if you are catching this session in a recording format, we've passed the open enrollment dates for this. By all means, get there still, uplevel21.com, and get on the wait list for the next challenge so it can be top of mind, because we just know that every one of these sessions we do each week are recorded, and some of you are listening back to it on a recording.
Yeah, maybe after today, we'll be pushing more people to listen live, just, you know, because snooze, you lose. But no, it's a great thing to promote even for next month. If you want to start talking to people and just building awareness. Part of the challenge is making posts with the hashtag uplevel21, just to start building awareness, right? Just to start creating this like, hey, I'm on a journey. I'm making daily choices to improve my health, and you can too. So it's really fun.
Yay, so good. So if I win this challenge, I'm just saying, if I win this challenge, because, you know, could happen. I have my eye on this really cute new handbag that I really, really want. So
all right,
it's like cash or a handbag, correct?
That's right.
Winner chooses. Gotcha.
And since we're here, can I go ahead and announce the winners for March?
Of course. Who doesn't want to hear about winners?
I know, right? Everybody worked so hard, and it was so exciting. Um, yeah, just all the way around. And unfortunately, I don't have full names. I just have usernames. So our first place winner was Raphael with 268 points. Second place was Jenica Miller with 267 points. Lolly
Amazing.
Rebello took third place, and Regina took fourth place. So congratulations to all of you. So proud
Yay.
of your hard work. Just I stand in awe. There and if you could see their posts, it was so fun to watch them. And some of them, their experience with cold plunge was not pleasant, let's say, but they went for it. They totally went for it. I think this was their first time ever, and so fun. So congratulations to all of our March winners.
So good, you guys. Way. Yes, yes. Okay, Christine is asking, registered on the wait list for April. Do I look for an email? Is
Yes.
question. Okay, great. Look
Yep.
for your email, check junk and spam too, just in case
I know.
it's filtered into that. And
Yep.
then it's asking, can people join the challenge every month or multiple
Yep.
months?
Absolutely.
Hey,
Yep. There's no restrictions. I think we are saying like maybe diamonds and above, we're going to restrict just because we really want to encourage. Anyway, we don't know for sure. So for right now, all are welcome and all can win multiple times. So keep hacking away at your daily health. That's what we're doing here, is just making incremental improvements, right? That's the name of the game.
there we go.
Awesome. Well, I don't know if you have anything you want to share, Tiff, or we should jump into some Q&A.
Oh, I have some things, 1000%. But Marie's
Oh.
asking just before we transition this topic, what is the kit?
So I think it's right here.
Okay,
So
there we go.
the supplements that you'll need to participate in the challenge are Lifelong Vitality, MetaPower Advantage, Terrazyme, and PB Restore. So those are the four that we felt like people are going to see results. This will move the needle more than anything else. So that's the list right there.
Awesome. So good, you guys. So good. So what's on my mind, top of mind immediately, I did this mentor masterclass with Jack Canfield last week. Were any of you there? Did any of you catch it or catch the recording? The recording expiring is expiring as well at 12 noon Mountain Time today. And I absolutely loved that. You guys, here's the funny thing. I mentioned this to Jack. I was obviously there at the training with him, like it was live online. And I listened back to the recording myself, and I was like, there were 3 or 4 things I heard that I was like, I so needed to hear that. And it's like, I don't think I caught it the first time. So if you haven't listened to that recording, it's in your inbox. You can also purchase the recording for $11.11 if you want to own it. And he has a training coming up mid-April I'm participating in for my 4th time called Breakthrough to Success. It's a 3-day virtual training. So I'm helping support that and participating again for my own growth. And then just the thought that really what was one of the points he impressed upon my mind, renewal, right? Because a lot of times with these principles, it's not that we don't know them, it's that we renew to them. So similar like doing this 21-day challenge that you're all signing up for, right? See that assumptive language in there that you're all signing up for, the potency of renewing what we already might know. And so sometimes it's not, it's a new thing. It's that, I'm living it. Well, Jack was one of the featured teachers, popular teachers on a movie called The Secret. Have any of you guys seen the movie The Secret or read the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne? It was like this huge thing that caught on like wildfire, like 20 years ago, not quite 20, but quite some time ago. And it really, the power of what we focus on expands. And not that that's also a new principle, but even taking a moment, and we practice this in that live master classes, we talked about taking some time to visualize and to see it, right? And to see. And so even in this moment, is just take a deep breath with me. And if you're not driving, and you have the capacity to close your eyes, do so. But even just seeing yourself, like see yourself, first of all, take a deep breath, unclench your jaw, right? Drop your shoulders, breathe into your belly. Just find yourself a little more present in your body in lifetime in this moment, and just seeing yourself smile and seeing yourself happy. And seeing yourself, if it's going on that walk or doing that cold plunge, or seeing yourself sharing oils and products with someone, seeing your back office grow, seeing your beautiful flowers and vegetables in your garden, whatever the visuals you want to, but at least what we have in common is let's see ourselves just simply smiling and get intentional. How do I want to show up today? And let that question just marinate into your cells. How do I want to show up today? What's the energy? What's the intention? In my home, in my conversations, online, out at the grocery store, wherever I may be today, whether it's just me solo at home by myself or I'm out and about with lots of people, how do you want to show up today? And just get very intentional about what that looks like. And a key step, what does that feel like? And choose to see yourself positive, smiling, engaging with others, present, right? And just even dropping into that energy for a moment. And then pick one of your dreams, desires, or goals and see yourself actively in the experience of that thing that you desire happening. Whether it's traveling to Italy and I see you eating gelato as you're walking those cobblestone streets, or you're laying on the beach in Maui, Hawaii on a family vacation, or you're at convention and you're being acknowledged for your next rank advancement. And you are looking good, by the way. And I hear the music and I see the fancy dresses and tuxedos or suits and whatever it might be, or it's seeing yourself having some peaceful quiet today or this week or this month, time for reading or reflection, study, or maybe you're working on a creative project, writing a book or publishing something. The point is, I just want you to see it, breathe into it, feel it. What does that look like and feel like? Take a deep breath and go ahead and open your eyes. And friends, that was maybe 2 to 3 minutes, but just the power of getting centered and anchored and intentional, but how rarely one of our most potent tools in your success toolbox is the power of visualization. Play the movie, as I like to call that. And so similar like this challenge we've been talking about, seeing yourself move your body, the hydration, the meditation, the good sleep, feeling better, seeing yourself happy, and is practicing seeing what it is that you desire. And sometimes I mean, even though I know these tools, I was so grateful again for that masterclass last week of dropping into practice these tools once again on a regular basis. Is just how many of you just even feel a little more calm and centered from dropping in with me for just even a few minutes? If you're here live, would you say so in the chat box just to get a pulse? It's just the potency of that. It's like, and how powerful that is to lead your day, lead your hour, lead your interactions, lead your what you desire. Yes, lots of yeses, definitely. And so just the potency of practicing vision, right? And seeing it in your mind's eye, feeling what it feels like, allowing that to just, I love doing that to be more intentional versus just, we'll see how it goes, right? Like, so let's just, we wake up and we dash into life or dash into out the door, into work or into parenting, and we just move so fast. We just don't know other people's energies or what we're going to read online or what's up for the day versus taking time to go, I'm going to drop in and get really intentional with what I want to see, feel, and how I want to show up. And while we can't control, right? Like the secret isn't saying you can make something happen instantly. What I believe the secret's truly teaching you is how to get in flow state, how to get into the zone, and where you are more open and playful and intentional. And putting that recipe together will help you, quote, manifest more likely or easily than just like we're just running at the brightest shiny object or the loudest noise in our lives at the moment. Yeah, I love what Dr. Christine just said. Yes, visualization is so powerful. Why do I keep forgetting to do this? Can we all relate to that? Even I too. That's why, again, I love that reminder. And that might be one of your habits you choose to practice this month in that 21-day challenge. Perhaps put it in your cell phone. I would, where it's just like a daily reminder that pops every single day. And it reminds you, take 2 minutes to visualize, where am I going? What do I desire? And you'll be surprised how that regular reminder, when it shows up, how you'll be like, oh, it was perfect timing. So
I
good.
love that. Thank you, Tiff, for taking us on that
Yeah.
journey.
Short
Gosh.
and sweet.
But we all need that space, right?
Yes, for
Which need.
sure.
You're so good at holding that space. It's been a gift to us over the years.
Well, I just love this community. Anything you want to add to that, Andy, or that's up for you guys as you're look at that gorgeous backdrop, by the way, which I just love.
It's been a great little pattern interrupt to come here for spring break and just soak in the rays and just get present with the kids, and it's a gift.
Mm,
So
love it.
yeah, I just add a big ol' amen. Thank you.
You're welcome. So does anyone have a question today or something you'd like support around or something you just want to share? Whether it's an aha or something that's up for you, we'd love to open up the time to support you, and realizing sometimes I know some of you get a little nervous to share, but realize what you're going to share has universal application to everyone. If you'd like to come on live with us, you can do that. We're happy to promote you up to a panelist like Chelsea or myself that brings you live on camera, or even live in audio if you want to stay off camera but speak openly. You're welcome to do that. Or if you're joining us on Facebook or here in the chat box, you're welcome to, of course, tuck a question in there. But how can we support you? P.S. I didn't say this yet, but welcome to April, everyone. I mean,
Amen.
my goodness. Hello, April, and welcome to Q2.
That's
Q2.
right.
There is a book that I really love. I got introduced to a couple of, I don't know, maybe a year or two ago, called The 12-Week Year. If any of you read that, Andy, have you ever read that book or listened to it?
I've just read the synopsis. I need to do a deeper dive.
What I love about it, the synopsis is simply like you can achieve sometimes more in 90 days, in 12 weeks, in a whole year. Is like giving yourself shorter term goals or projects that you're like, for the next 90 days, I'm really focused on this habit or this project to see it to progression or completion. Like really getting intentional with focus is what I like so much about that book. But we are beginning a brand new quarter, right? And a brand new month, a new week. And technically, any day of the year, you can choose to start fresh. I just love the beginning of every new month and quarter. It's such a potent thing to do. And so, if that's something you've never read before, you may want to add that to your reading or Audible list. It's one of those gems. So,
Love it.
yeah.
Well, Layla has raised her hand, and we've got
Hey,
you on live with
yay.
Layla. So welcome.
Hello. Yay.
Hi,
Well,
Leila.
um, I've got kind of the double-edged sword feeling, and so I'm going to be vulnerable and step forward, and I might cry. Um, so I guess I'm just thinking, and I did finish Essentialism, and so I feel like it connects to that, and I'm feeling the momentum of spring and all of the doing and all of the beautiful possibilities to enter into many, many challenges and many, many things that
Mhm.
are options. And so and we only have 24 hours in a day, and looking at what is a priority for me and my energy versus yeah, I'm just feeling very tender and
Yeah.
and I I love the idea of joining every challenge you could possibly imagine And yet that doesn't serve me in the end if I'm overextending myself.
So if you tune in and ask your own heart, what's this really about? Because something's just been touched that's tender. So what's this really about? Or what is your inner child or soul? What is it trying to communicate? What I like to ask, what do you need, sweetheart? What do you need me to hear? What's up for me?
I suppose the words that come through that are not supportive are that I'm not doing enough. And that's just not true.
Here we
Um,
go. It's the old wound. You know, it's like yesterday I was, because again, it was so sunny here, I was willing to be outside and do anything. And when I was on a phone call, I sat and I did some weeding in my little front garden, right? And those weeds always return. And so you go, oh, I know you. That's why we're just being soothing. Pull out your tools. I know you. And I'd ask, you know, again, it's like, oh, I'm not doing enough, which isn't accurate. I am doing enough and I'm right aligned where I need to be. And then I think we ask, you know, would this light me up? And then part of it too is that, again, if it's saying like with this challenge, if whatever came up for you is, oh, I have to do it perfect, or I don't want to do it at all, is like, hey, I get to do it at whatever level I want if it speaks to me. And you also don't have to join the challenge. It's just choosing it's an opportunity that's extended that puts you in a community that's going to be regularly putting your health and wellness on your radar. And you might say, but I already have that. And that's okay too. But whatever's up for you, right, is just, but man, anyone relate to Layla that you feel like, gosh, there are 27 things I want to be doing all the time? Yes, I feel you, girl. Like, anyone done their human design blueprint? Layla, have you done yours? What's
yes,
your energy type?
I'm a reflector. So,
So beautiful.
mhm.
Mine is a manifesting generator in that, which we're just known for like multiple interests, multi-passionate, and at times permission to change your mind, which I'm so grateful for that. And
Yeah.
so just tuning in to knowing yourself. So anything else you want to share or where this goes next for you is like, oh, because first of all, let's address like the tenderness that's coming up, the emotion. And then from there, we can talk deeper about essentialism and how do I make decisions of what my priorities are. But I think it's important to address the tenderness first.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's why I felt moved to come on, I was feeling the pressure rising and to be witnessed and just allow the tears to flow is so, so beautiful to be witnessed in that duality. And um yeah, yeah, I think for me, I'm also I joined Silver Club and I met my 5 enrollments at the last second, which
Oh, yeah,
I
mama.
and to be I don't have a team, so it's really me. And so that I guess I'm feeling that too is um I do have a team. That's not accurate either in
Yeah.
terms of there is support all around me, and it's how I
Yes.
choose to have perspective on that and celebrating myself for the things that I am doing and the beauty that I'm
100%.
spreading to out is so lovely. And in terms of the 21-day challenge, which I think was the like prod, like, oh, Leila, you could do that too. and
Yes.
and the fact is I'm already doing it. I take all of those supplements every day and I live the lifestyle
Yeah.
already. And so maybe the part of me is like, I'm doing it. Do I need to tell everyone that I'm doing it? And part of that, if I'm building a business, yes, it only supports me by sharing more. And then being in a joyous, celebrating community. Of course, that is what I desire. And yeah, the
Yeah.
perfectionist piece of if I've signed up for it, God damn it, I'm gonna do it. And then that means that I'm gonna devote time. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, do I have time? How much time will it take to do it at the level that I want to do it at? Because
So see, this is so perfect because it's not the challenge just is bringing up the old weeds, right? It's poking the things. And it's like, oh, what fun. We get to look at this again. But one is absolutely celebrate yourself, right? And putting yourself in environments. I consider us to be on your team, right? And we're saying team. And I get that you're building leaders or people who want to grow this as their own business. That's why, and maybe again, you join yourself just to get familiar with the challenge and then enroll these other new folks, because that would be great community building for them, which will increase their odds. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but it increases their odds of, oh, I love this community. And whether they share a little or they share a lot will go up, because if they feel like, wow, there's a whole community here that's really invested in this. I'm not just on the fringe.
yeah.
And that makes people belonging, right, as we know, is a core need. And so but what I love, and I just love your honesty and your transparency, is like how those things come up. How many of you have some kind of wounding in the I'm not enough in one version or another? Guess what? You all do. And it's different levels. Jack even said that on our master class last Thursday. Everyone has some degree of self-worth wounding or worthiness. Am I enough? Am I a good enough parent? Am I a good enough Christian or Buddhist? Am I, thin enough, smart enough, funny enough, organized enough, whatever enough? Everyone has these to some extent. It's just different circumstances poke them. And so we just did some good centering, right? I love there was some release, some tears, and then it's like, okay, I feel like you're more calm and in your body and just like, oh, I'm aware. And now I can just choose. And if the answer is no, the answer is no. And if the answer is yes, yes. But I think one of the things that tends to get in many people, not everyone's way, is that perfectionistic, I've got to do it perfect or I won't do it at all. And it's kind of like, I'm either going to eat perfectly or forget it. I'm eating a whole box of Girl Scout cookies, right? It's like I ate one Thin Mint since I'm not living my diet, quote, perfectly. If that was in your mind what that meant, because that wouldn't be in my mind what that meant, then it's like the all or nothing. Like I have to do it perfectly or it doesn't count. Right? How many of you, it's like, I've got to do this perfectly or it doesn't count. And that's why I also don't love the language weight loss. That's why I love this as a health challenge, because if I'm not this weight, it's this or nothing, versus I'm getting healthier every day. I'm getting healthier and stronger every day. I'm becoming more regulated in my nervous system every day. I'm practicing peaceful practices every day. I'm moving my body every day. I'm hydrating. I'm taking my supplements like you're doing. That we're moving in directions of like, versus it's perfect or don't do it. How often that's been, if we don't do it perfect, it doesn't count. This is why a lot of people struggle sometimes, and I can be caught up in this as well, like with their content sharing on social or online or newsletters or whatever. It's like, unless that content's perfected, unless that reel, unless that post is perfect, I'm not sharing anything. And so how often our own, which is really, it's more of a comfort zone, and there's nothing wrong for being committed to greatness, but we've got to keep that in check regularly. I want for all of you, your most important goal for this month and this year and for your whole life is progress. Is I'm focusing on progression and making positive deposits and habits. I just love that you modeled some of this for us today. And congrats on Silver Club. You're such a rock star. I do want you to do something really snazzy for yourself, because you're your own HR director, right? And like, hey, I want you to celebrate, whether that's going out and getting your favorite meal, getting a massage, whatever would speak to you, but something that celebrates Layla, because that's amazing.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I really
You're welcome.
appreciate the both of you. You have such, yeah, I just thank you for being part of my team.
Yeah, we're on Team Layla.
All the way.
Yay.
Hmm.
Andy, anything you want to add to any of those thoughts we've been sharing?
Just that we see you. We feel you, and we're in your corner. So thank you for hearing that little voice and giving it voice.
Yeah. Oh, what fun. It's just like, okay, are we going to practice the tools? Like, oh, that's right. Come back to your tools. I've had that in my mind a lot the last 24, 48 hours is come back to my own tools. Cause like when we were practicing the visualization, it's like, oh yeah. And like Dr. Christine said, why do I not do this regularly? And like, oh, these tools, and you've got a lot of them. And it's like how we show up for ourselves and just more kindness and tenderness and how potent that is. So thank you for being brave and courageous. And yeah, so proud of you on every level. Proud of you for the work you're doing, your own work, let alone how you've been helping many people move forward with their own wealth. They're progressing with their own health and potentially wealth too, but their health and their vitality.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, that's truly what drives me is the passion and being with the people and seeing the changes and sharing my light and rippling out and just having the trust. I mean, I feel like that's the switch for me is being very mindful where I switch into a more forceful doing versus that leaning back and trusting. I mean, obviously we have both of those within us, those two energies, and keeping them in balance is so critical. And so yeah, being able to come on because I was seeing my balance shifting to the I have to, I should, all the things, and I don't. And I can relax, and the answer is within me, and allowing the mind to kind of get offline with all the spiraling voices because it really does take up so much space and energy. So that's part of the process of release. So thank you for creating the space for that to take place.
Mm-hmm. Well, friends, we are a team and community. We're so glad you're all here, Layla. Thank you for that. Andy, such a treat to be with you. Thanks for joining us from beautiful Mexico. And Chelsea, thanks for joining us. I'm so excited for this challenge. Again, you have till 12 noon Mountain Time to get signed up for that for this month or get on the wait list for May. We're just cheering you on. Yes, love.
If there's one last question in the
Yes.
Q&A.
Okay.
So Marie says, I just found a new massage therapist, and she used the oil. We were talking afterwards about the oils. She was very interested in learning more. This is my first professional that I've come across. Can you help me know how to move forward?
Mm-hmm. Well, the great thing about someone who's professional is they put their pants on one leg at a time too, like anyone else you've ever helped, Marie. So they're just a human, right? Because sometimes we think, oh, they're a doctor. How do I approach them? Or they're the salon owner or this or that. And that really is just the same way that you approach anyone else is asking good questions, what your needs are. Awesome. I can help you get started. Let's get you supported, those types of things. So anyway, that's I know that might just sound short and sweet, and I'm not trying to be cheeky, but truly that's a mindset thing. It's just like, oh my gosh, how do I interact with Oprah Winfrey? Well, the same way you would with Andy or your next door neighbor, right? Is you be yourself and you ask good questions and show up to serve, no matter who the person is.
Totally. Yeah, doTERRA used to have like professional accounts, and it turns out like it really didn't serve that many people, and so they've really backed off of that. You know, the type of accounts that we all use, which are whole wellness advocates accounts, they are professional accounts because that's what we do. we're professionals that serve others and do it as a business. And so, yeah, I really just don't, the biggest pitfall, I think, is thinking of them as something different. And so, people start getting into, oh, well, maybe there's a chain of massage therapy, like spas and resorts, and they need to have each of those stores under one person. And it's just like, no, they're people. Just treat them like people, and it's really simple.
So good. And again, the best way I think to help anyone that's curious and inquiring is ask questions.
Yeah.
What are you mostly navigating yourself or with the clients you serve? Right. And asking them those questions to identify what their needs are, what they want to experience, and then how you can help them get started.
Amen. Well, thank you so much for
All right,
joining us today,
guys.
Tiff. It's always good to connect.
For sure.
Lots of love to everyone. And yes, you are all perfectly supported. So let's walk this
true.
walk together.
Okay. Thanks, everyone.